I've spent a long time reading design books and trying to think about what I can put in my space to where it looks beautiful, doesn't look like I live in Texas, looks cohesive all the time. And I'm going to kind of walk you through some design tips that'll help you with your space. The first one I want to talk about is having common elements in your yard. So one of mine is the theme of black wrought iron. And as you can see, I put it everywhere in the garden. So I'll show you that right now.
Over time, I've just started collecting that same wrought iron feel. So you see it in the arbor, you see it in the umbrella, and you can see it reflected in the table and chairs that I've chosen for this space, as well as that trellis on top of the fence. This arbor was so cheap on Amazon, and I think it has a lot of cool details that coordinate with the rest of the garden. There's an iceberg climbing rose on it too that's really pretty. And it kind of frames this space, which I like a lot. I've used this element in other places like these trellises and obelisks that you see, as well as inside the courtyard with the black chairs, the black table, and even the wiring on the black string lights I think looks really good. And I got this chime for my birthday last year that I absolutely love, also black wrought iron. Here's another example of it in this trellis, and behind it the obelisks that you can see, all kind of coordinated and looking really unique and vintage. This trellis that I put on top of my fence I think works really well too, and you can see when you kind of pan around the garden a clear theme.
Another thing that I've coordinated in my yard and been very thoughtful about is this color brown. I call it saddle brown. I stained my fence this color myself, and I also have it in the decking.
I know a lot of people recommend painting your fence black, but I really do love this saddle brown color. I think it's so beautiful, and maybe it's because I have the deck in the courtyard, but I love how it kind of matches. Um, and I think it creates a really nice warm color palette for all the plants to pop off of. So yeah, I think when I'm going to stain my fence again, I'm going to choose the same color, especially considering it matches the Trex decking I have on the deck and in the courtyard. To me, it just kind of reads as a rich brown and enhances everything else around it. And when I do have mulch out, it matches. You can see it here in the courtyard too, and in that little bench. I just really like it, and I think it's a color that I'm going to keep for a long time. It kind of matches with everything else going on, and I think it makes the yard look unique and a little bit different than everything else that I typically see in this area. Just a nice detail.
This takes me to another tip of work with what you already have. So behind me, I've got this really nice brick color that I actually don't love, but I've used it as one of the neutrals that I try to coordinate everywhere in my garden.
I don't know if it's just me, but I really don't like this tan brick color. But it is what I have, and so I've learned to kind of love it and use it. I've used it in all of the landscaping stones that I've put in, and I asked for this pathway to be built and kind of have the same color palette. So I think that that kind of helps the garden look more expensive than it really is, more coordinated and sophisticated. As you can see, I put in those landscaping stones myself. They're not the most level right now, but they do kind of match as best as I could by just going to Lowe's and finding stones to get that tan brick kind of all over the yard. I would highly recommend doing that, matching all your stone or trying to as best you can. I think it's an easy way for things to look much more organized.
Another thing I think makes a garden look really authentic and beautiful is collecting unique vintage pieces. So I've done that in my space. I think it coordinates really well with the wrought iron, which usually has like this ornate detail on it. But I try to collect any kind of like vintage planters that are like this concrete kind that I can find. I got these in Scotland, but I have a few others around the yard, and I think it helps the place look really expensive and curated.
To me, this is like the fun part of design. Over time, just collecting things you really like. So yeah, I like these really kind of vintage urns, and I have a bunch of them now that I've kind of found over time. I also like these weird pots. Um, Anything terracotta I like. Anything that's just got some unique elements on it, I really enjoy. Here's another example of ornate detail that I think makes the yard look really nice, even though it was a cheap Amazon find. This I think I also got for like 25 bucks online, and I get so many compliments on it. This I found as well, and it's just really unique looking. Simple but unique. And here's a pot that's got a really nice patina on it with my olive tree in it, and a shelf I found that also has the same patina. And here's more patina in some of the pots that I've collected and keep in my courtyard. I like the idea of the pointed top of this trellis, and I like the little toppers on the obelisks I have on my climbing roses. And then here's a bird bath that I've had forever that I think helps the garden look timeless.
My next tip would be make your indoor spaces kind of feel like your outdoor spaces. So in my courtyard, I've brought a lot of the green elements from the garden in. So it kind of looks and feels like one zone. So I've got a really nice evergreen star jasmine here. I've got another evergreen lemon tree right next to it. And I think that really helps break up some of the white space on the wall. Here's another place I've put a green texture in the courtyard so it looks more like the rest of the garden. I also have that same green color in this cabinet that I got from IKEA. And I also have a green planter box over kind of outlooking the garden. And then you can see again, we have that fake stuff that I put there to create more of a green element. And I also added in the courtyard this forest green rug, which I think looks really nice and again ties back in to that element of just coordinating the green in the garden and in the courtyard. I also use hot pink as kind of a through line in my garden, not only in the flowers that I use in the yard, but like I just showed you in the elements that I have, like the blanket, my fake flowers that I keep on my table, and in the rug. Taking a little bit of time to coordinate all those things, I think really helps your space look organized. And that's good because it'll last you all year. So right now things are growing in like crazy and they're starting to look overgrown. But having that structure and coordination in place makes the yard look really organized.
I think the structure makes it to where I have to do less work, which is great. These beds can get kind of grown in and wild, but the consistent stones outlining the beds, the details that match between the black and the brown, and the stonework look really nice together.
Another thing to think about is now that we've talked about all the hardscaping and furniture and things like that, what evergreen structures do you have that are plants that are going to stay and look really cohesive all year round? So I've got this magnolia behind me. There's a live oak above you that stays evergreen as well. And I'll just kind of take you around all the evergreen elements I have in my yard.
So kind of hiding behind this cottage garden chaos, there was a boxwood, we have a Wichita blue juniper in there, and there's a holly hiding back in there. And then over here, we've got this nice holly, Portsmouth blue atlas cedar, the magnolia. I would consider these irises to be evergreen. There's rosemary in there too. And then when we get onto the deck area, we have a few other evergreens in here. There is this olive tree and lemon tree that are kind of always here, as well as the evergreens that are in the back of the garden bed. So we've got boxwood, blue atlas cedar, the evergreen vine on the fence topper is really important. Peanut must see a squirrel. But yeah, that's another thing you could do to make your garden look cohesive is pay attention to what's there year round. And I think evergreens just look really classy. So I have them everywhere, and I even have them in fake versions sometime, like right here. I think they're really important in creating a structure that can support whatever's going on in your garden all year. Even the lawn being calm and green lets all the other garden chaos around it really shine.
So consider what your evergreens are doing, and if you're like me, you're always planting more.
Evergreens are so important to the garden looking nice and consistent all year.
So yeah, I wanted to tell you guys about some of the things I use in my garden to create really good design and kind of break it down for you. The other thing that I think is really cool is if you have the space and it looks really coordinated, you can put a bunch of things in there that are kind of fun and frilly and cottage gardeny, and they'll look really good. And I'll show you that now. The stonework and hardscaping allows these garden beds to have a little bit of a soft feel. They can be kind of flowy and free, and I would dare even say a little disorganized, but because of the coordinating structure, they look cohesive. Those background elements of the brown, the matching stonework, the black elements in the yard make it to where you kind of have some flexibility with what you're doing inside your garden beds. So a good way for things to not look messy would be to be really thoughtful and intentional about what are the elements you're using in your space, what do you already have, and for me, what can you bring in that's unique and kind of vintage so that the space feels like it's kind of timeless and it's not just stuck in the Dallas suburbs. So I hope all of that makes sense. I love coming out and thinking about what's going to look really good in the space. And I would say my last tip is just don't be afraid to keep editing. Keep thinking about elements that you like and how they can be more coordinated and uniform, and think about what you can do to make your garden feel the way you want it to. If you liked learning about garden design stuff and tips to make your space feel really nice, consider liking and subscribing. I'm really passionate about design, and I love helping gardeners make their spaces really beautiful and cohesive. Thanks for watching.